Hey there, friends and subscribers, and everyone else that happened to be checking this out. Mr. Movie Night, Wes, back here again, and I had this idea to do a video today, and I hope that you guys will give me some responses because that'll be just awesome. But you know, when you look at me, I'm not exactly young. I have some gray hair, and I'm 35 years old. But I'll tell you what. One of the advantages of that, which I think about often, is that I got to experience the 80s. I got to grow up a good bit in the 80s, and the 80s were a really cool time for me. I still think about them a lot. Flashback and think about the all the different things. Primarily, though, I have memories of TV commercials, TV shows, and films. Yeah, we know films. A lot of awesome films came out in the 80s that are just great to go back and check out. And I got a stack over here that I'd love to go through and show you guys. These are the essential 80s. Most of them are comedy, but if you have a collection, you've got to have these in your collection. And if you've not seen every one of these, oh my gosh, go see them. Or go rent them, or whatever. But anyway, I'm going to go through these. I got quite a few to go through, but I want to show you. I'm not really going to talk about them much, but I want to show you what I consider some very special films for me that bring back lots of memories and are just awesome 80s movies that everyone should see and everyone should own. So let's get started. First, we have Rodney Dangerfield in Back to School. Next up, we have Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. There's nothing to say about this other than you've got to check it out. I think I saw this in the theater when I was a kid, obviously, and this is Big with Tom Hanks. Fantastic, fun film by Penny Marshall. She does some great stuff. If you haven't seen Big, you guys have got to check this out. The Breakfast Club, a masterpiece. If you guys have not seen it, got to check out The Breakfast Club, John Hughes. Crocodile Dundee. This was just one that really stands out that I probably saw on VHS or maybe a rental or something, possibly even in the theater. I don't know if I did, but when I was younger. But Crocodile Dundee. Another John Hughes, Ferris Bueller's Day Off, Matthew Broderick. This is like a cult classic. Check it out. This film I'm pretty sure I did see in the theater, and I really enjoyed it when I was young, and it's Ernest Goes to Camp. And I have several of the Ernest films, but this one is one of the best ones in my opinion. So if you're going to start off and see an Ernest film, check out Ernest Goes to Camp. This is a classic, folks. I think my babysitter actually took me to see this in the theater, which is really incredible that I saw this but in the theater. But it's The Goonies. And nothing needs to be said about this other than it's The Goonies. Ghostbusters. This is 1 and 2, obviously, which are both great, but the first one really stands out in my mind as a wonderful 80s film. Scared me a little bit, was funny, thoroughly entertaining. Classic Ghostbusters. This is a film I don't know if all of you have seen, but if you're a Chevy Chase fan, you got to check it out. And this is Funny Farm. This is a hilarious film. I love this film. And if you haven't seen this, go pick it up. I guarantee you'll enjoy it. Funny Farm. Gotta love this one around Christmas time. Also, just a fun little monster movie, and that's, of course, Gremlins, which is another classic and just has to be seen. The Great Outdoors, John Candy, Dan Aykroyd, just another one of these fun, written or produced by John Hughes, written by John Hughes, I believe. Harry and the Hendersons. Saw this when I was a kid, and sad, but very fun family film. Gotta check it out. Martin Short, Inner Space. Dennis Quaid gets injected inside Martin Short's body in a little space pod, and he's like navigating his way through the body, and it's really a funny movie and very interesting. Inner Space. Just One of the Guys. A girl is writing an article for her school, so she dresses up, pretends to be a guy just to get the perspective on everything, and yeah, funny, fun movie. Like Father Like Son. A lot of these films came out. There were these body switching type films like Vice Versa and that kind of stuff. This is like Father Like Son, Dudley Moore, Kirk Cameron, fun film. Check this one out. License to Drive. Oh man, Corey Haim, Corey Feldman, classic. You guys check out License to Drive if you can get a hold of it. It's kind of out of print now, I believe, and sort of rare, but great film. The Money Pit. I think I saw this in the theater too. This is great. Tom Hanks, Shelley Long, and they buy this house, this mansion for a very small amount of money. It seems too good to be true, and it is, because the house starts falling apart, and it's hilarious. You guys check out The Money Pit. The Naked Gun. Classic. Leslie Nielsen, don't need to say anymore. Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. Hilarious. Love this. Another John Hughes film. Steve Martin, John Candy. Oh man, check this one out. Roxanne, based on Cyrano de Bergerac, which is a play about the guy with the giant nose. Steve Martin portrays him, and it's really a fun film. Daryl Hannah, very 80s. Roxanne, check it out. Short Circuit, I know I saw this one in the theater. Robots, Ali Sheedy, Steve Guttenberg, fun movie. Guys, check this one out. Secret of My Success, Michael J. Fox, great 80s film, and you should own this one too. Splash, fun film, Daryl Hannah, Tom Hanks, John Candy, about a mermaid, love it. Spies Like Us, Chevy Chase, Dan Aykroyd, hilarious. Check this one out. Summer School, love this. A Carl Reiner film. Mark Harmon, he's a summer school teacher to these delinquent kids. It's just hilarious, and everyone should see it. Summer School. John Candy, Summer Rental, funny, excellent film. Another great John Candy film. Summer Rental, check it out. Teen Wolf. Stay away from Teen Wolf 2. It's not that great, but Teen Wolf, the original, I have fond memories of watching that one. Maybe on TV, maybe I rented it, I don't know, but Michael J. Fox turns into a werewolf. Fun stuff. The Toy, Richard Pryor, Jackie Gleason, funny. Tootsie, Dustin Hoffman, can't get a job as an actor, so he actually dresses up as a woman and auditions for a soap and gets the part, and then now he has to keep dressing up as this woman and convince everybody he really is. Very funny, hilarious film. Check it out. Love it. Uncle Buck, John Candy, another John Hughes film, classic. Macaulay Culkin, just an excellent, funny film. Everybody has to see this. National Lampoon's Vacation. This is the first one. Fantastic. Another film John Hughes wrote, but love it. Weird Science, yet another John Hughes film. Great. This is just these guys, these two kids create a woman from a doll as a science experiment, and she has a lot of fun with them and everything. It's a really funny film. Check it out. This one's good. Wildcats, Goldie Hawn. She coaches a football team. I have fond memories of this too. There's like a rap that they do at the end, kind of like the Chicago Bears. They did the Super Bowl Shuffle rap, but she has to coach this football team, and it's very funny. Woody Harrelson, Wesley Snipes, some good people in this. Fun film, Wildcats. This is not a comedy, but one of my favorites of all time, The Never-Ending Story. Saw it in the theater and just absolutely was mesmerized and spellbound. This is one of the greatest films I can remember from childhood. So Never-Ending Story, I love it. And finally, folks, you know, who has not seen this, but it's Back to the Future. This is the trilogy, but obviously the first one is the one I remember most. I absolutely loved it. And yeah, Back to the Future. That is the epitome of the 80s. I'd like for you to share your 80s memories with me if you were born then, or if you lived through the 80s, and do a video response. That would be awesome. And you guys just have a great day and check these films out. Peace.